Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good, thank you. I'll turn that down. This is a quick one today. Thank you. Where is everybody located? Hut, you're catching me live. It's all about, let's turn this off. It's all about this second eye. I wanted to show you here. This place. I don't remember the Ultra Picture Studios. Oops, I'm watching the wrong mouse. So let me put this full screen for you. So this is located in the Sahara Desert. I don't know if we've talked about this. I'm sure if you've heard about it before, for me, you'll know the full message. But there's a lot of people who are still unfamiliar with this. Now, we've got our eye of Africa, of course, but you know, I've been looking all over. Somebody actually gave this to me. Forgot the person who did it, but I'm using satellites.pro because the Google Earth is kind of messed up. If you don't know about this second eye, oh, look at that. What's that up there? Oh, it looks like almost a perfect crater. Yeah, is that a crater? It looks like a crater right there. Interesting. I don't think I've even seen that before. I'm glad you can hear me. TW, Taiwan, Harley Quinn. Where's everybody located at today? Yeah, a little unnatural looking. Okay, so honestly, what you've got coming from this crater, I don't know about the crater. It might be a crater. It might be something else because it seems to be connected to this fissure, or I call it a canal. It looks like a canal. It's kind of pretty lame over here, but it goes into the structure and enters from the top. This is north. It's not change. I can't change the compass, and it goes right into the center of this thing. Okay, whatever fissure or canal that is, and you've got the separate gap here. It looks like coming out of the structure and going on someplace else. It's a continuous line. It continues down. Okay, so this is like the description of this thing, but before you navigate away, and one more thing about this is it's got these ridges going over the top. So it's like, I think those were put there later, especially since it looks like maybe it's going right across the canal there. Some kind of lines going across there. But here's the deal with this thing. For those of you who know, when I first started looking at this material, I guess I can grab it real quick. Can I? I think it's right here. Let me let me think. I think it's right here. There we go. This is like one of the first images that I've ever really been showing on my YouTube channel, like back in 2016 maybe, or maybe 2017. I think I was kind of going with this ancient equator theory. This line here, if you shift it over on top of our equator, it's the same size. So is it possible that Alaska was the North Pole? Now, the thing about this, if you look at Africa, which is up here on the top right, and I think we can zoom in here, you can see it almost goes right over the eye of Africa. Now, Tasil Najir National Park, in my opinion, is an ancient mining project, a bunch of projects. I mean, but a big, huge, was it 200-kilometer-mile long project going on up there. Of course, we can see, I can't remember what this one is, but the next one is Giza. Let's see here. Giza is the last, so the next one should be, it's not a, oh, maybe it's Siwa. Whatever Siwa is, I don't know what Siwa is, actually, I forgot. Okay, so as you can see from this, we take this line, I'm going to get rid of that, but remember, the line goes right through Mauritania right here. Now, it's not a perfect line, but from Giza to Easter Island creates this line. Now, you can't put a line all the way around the Earth in Google. It's just not possible. It'll pop into a shorter line. So I put a 180-degree line. I wouldn't say it's even half the Earth. Okay, I guess I can back out and show you. I put this purple line here to follow all these other places. That's a long time ago. But like I said, you're not going to wrap this red line all the way around. There's Easter Island down there. And I continued it. So I have two lines. Except the purple one is a little jagged because, like I just said, it's not perfect. It goes through Peru. I don't know what you find over here at the mouth of, I mean, you do pretty much have the mouth of the Amazon right there. And there is a couple things I located like right here. There's like this circular thing and there's like a line right there. But we'll leave that to the LiDAR. There's something here. What's that I got? I call this the ancient equator, even though I don't have any evidence of an axial shift. It must have been a long time ago, like millions of years ago. Because I don't really think that we've had an axial shift recently, but it just seems weird that we have this line. Now, here's the thing. I connected the dots, and you've got this structure, which I got just the center of. Maybe the center's over here. I don't know. It's not that precise. And, of course, the middle of the Richat structure, and those lines are exactly parallel. So it's parallel to this ancient equator in many ways. And it's very parallel to the Giza Easter Island connection. Let's see here. I guess I don't have to close that, but I wanted to give you guys the chance to comment, and we'll look at that one more time. Travel fairs, if a lot of people go. Yeah, that's a difficult thing to say. Honestly, I think that, there we go. I'll put that map back up right away. Hi, you're in NorCal. I guess I was just up there. What kind of? There are more than two eyes. I can show you the other one over there by Chad. Yeah, this is still Mauritania, right? So that's still Mauritania. You just got to drive a truck out there. I don't know what that is. I probably would try to fly. If you're going to get a group discount, it's for a flight. You get a helicopter or something. You got to go through the military to do that. And that's really far out there. So flying or going out there to see this circle, you know, I don't know. This is actually literally a mile wide in the middle circle. There's only like two circles. If you want to call the center mound a circle, I wouldn't. But you still, and this isn't a perfect circle, but you have basically 2 miles wide, the whole thing. And like, oh, here, let me put it back in there instead of my face. Theory of giants. I don't have a big theory. I don't like to speculate. I am very interested in the topic. I did get that Hugh Newman book. He signed it. It's about giants. But honestly, are humans making these things, or is this I think that if my theory on one applies, I think it could happen to here. It's kind of a weird structure, though. Very strange, right? It looks like it's a mountain, like it's totally a mountain. We don't have a lot. Like if we go to, this is Google Earth. Okay. If we go to Google Earth, we don't really have a good 3D. We have a little bit of a mountain. Like if you look at the red line, it follows the altitude a little bit. It bumps over, but by the way, it's pretty early over where I'm at. It's 6:30. I just wanted to get this out of the way because I kept seeing the this second eye thing, and I feel like we're forgetting about it. The ridges, I think they were put later. I think you can see a start and a stop point right there. You know, these things, I think these things were laid down. I've been to the first eye 3 times. I don't know what. I'm sorry, I'm looking at your comments regarding giants again. I don't like to speculate too much, but it was either humans that created this stuff, or it was probably giants, another type of human. I say giants. Maybe it was the elongated skull civilization. They were apparently pretty big. I never saw any big bodies. I have seen a couple of skeletons. They look pretty like us. So maybe not the elongated skulls, but maybe they have the technology. Who knew each other? Okay, so I wonder why it is. You see, here's a problem with StreamYard. I don't like when I put the mouse over a chat and it disappears. So here, I wonder why it's strange they are created in the ancient equator when they've really far away to meet. Well, I think what it was, if it were a significant, I mean, the most significant thing that you can say about the globe is its equator, right? I mean, you can talk about the poles. Why retracted? Uh-oh. I don't like it when messages get retracted and I didn't get a chance to read them. Well, maybe it's the same message. Yeah, they're far away from each other, but look at Easter Island compared to Easter Island has polygonal stones, right? Where's my my camera? Let me just put my face over here. There. No, not like that. Like that? Like that. Okay. Yeah, and the first eye is available. I want to go back to the first eye. I want to go to the location that's I've mentioned so many times, which is the Quarry field or the Giant's Quarry. I kind of want to change that name. It's a structure of stones, and I'd love to get some drone shots. Now, getting a drone into the country is technically it's against their rules. I don't know about illegal. Maybe you need a certificate, but I got questioned about having a drone, and luckily didn't get caught with it. But it might have been something like just fill out some paperwork. I just didn't want to get my drone taken away, so I just kind of hid it. And I got it in, and I hate drones. So yeah, but for something like this, you really do need a drone. Not just this, but the other thing I want. Anyways, yeah, so I wanted to examine this a little bit more, you know, and look at these ridges and follow the ridge. See, this ridge follows this. See, that's the weird thing about it, because the ridge looks like it's laid on top of it. However, you have this line. It's connected to what I call the canal part. I don't know if it really is a canal, or maybe it looks like it's a canal here. Let's follow it for a while. I just say that because it's got that gap and it's consistent and straight. I mean, it's really hard for me to think. It disappears here, but I think we catch it again down below, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Now I have to sneeze. Sorry. Pardon me. Okay, let's see here. Let's back out a little bit and see if we can follow this. Okay, so there it is right there. You can see how it bends around. And there, yeah, obviously it's right there. I don't know. It gets crossed here. And you can go there yourself. I've got the I'll be happy to put this into the chat if it ever sends. There you go. So yeah, that curve, that's kind of a little wonky right there. You can see it goes under here and then it pops out over here. It's a little weird. And actually, maybe it's that. Oh, okay, there. Where there's water in it, you can see there's puddles of water getting caught in this thing. That's water. That's a little puddle. That looks like it's an actual lake. You know, maybe not, but it looks like water's in it. I mean, if it's catching water, then it technically is a canal. Look down here. You got that line going across here. The gap, the fissure, the canal keeps going south. We can follow it a lot farther, you know? Yeah, it was a city. It was a lonely city, man. I mean, you don't really see any structures here. That's a 2-mile circle right there. Okay, there's this wave going across the top. I don't know what that's all about. I mean, geologically, it just doesn't make sense to me. And you know that I already think those ridges are like that ridge right there. It's like an ancient road or something, or wall. Okay, what is this? Another canal? It's going through. Yeah, it goes. That's interesting, right? Now, I haven't really found anything around it. I haven't looked very much. You know, that thing goes through the structure. Look at it going, waving up and down, up and down, and up and down. And it looks like a little canal here. Like, was this the expensive part of the neighborhood? And so then there's like a little mountain. Look, and there's a little gap there. So that could have been a canal. That's inside the structure. And there is a little ridge going down this way that seems to meet that. Like, is that a canal in there? Or is that it looks like there's a little gap right there. And sometimes I think that these little ridges were raised up for the purpose of a canal and up above everything. This thing is going exactly north. Look at how parallel those lines are right there. But they don't stay parallel, do they? So that meets that. And by the way, if we go to the topographical, we're never going to find it. I mean, topographical, they don't have anything here, really. I like CalTopo. I mean, here's New Mexico. Here's the Pytown parallel structures that I always try to talk about. These ridges. Looks like they get started and stopped. Like here, like this part right here looks like either it was allowing water to go through or it got breached. But the way this thing's laid out, you know, I think that the ridge was started and stopped. Especially, there's a couple of good examples. Like here, it's just hard to believe that it would have. I mean, you're gonna tell me that that's a natural ridge right there? It's just so straight. It's like goes against everything. It's supposed to be a volcanic dike. This is New Mexico, right? We don't have to talk about this. But I guess what I'll do is I'll just put the coordinates in, right? Yeah, there we go. And then we can just show up there. So you can barely see it in the topographical scan. So we need a new LiDAR scan of this area. I mean, I don't really know if I want to travel out there just to stand and not be able to see it. But we need to get some LiDAR of that. I thought I saw something interesting over here. What's this all about? And you can see these ridges that go everywhere. The Mauritania one is kind of golden. I mean, compared to this one, which is all the scan is crappy. That has clouds over here. I think the Satellites.Pro gives you a little bit better look at all this stuff. So we're in the Satellites.Pro. There's another. What's the other map? See, most of it is based on Google Scans. This is a kind of a different scan, or it's been enhanced or something. Anyways. Thought I'd show this to you early in the morning on Sunday and give you something to think about. Yeah, there's a second eye. Oh, yeah, I wanted to mention there's more than just a second one. You can always go out to Chad and find this one. It's called the Eye of the Desert. Where is it? Right here. This is in Chad. This is another one, right? And it's very similar, but let's measure this one again. Actually, let's go to Google to look at it. The way you find that one is you go over here. First, you straighten out your globe. Okay. So when you're looking at the Sahara Desert, you have different mountains available for you. And going over to Chad, you see what looks like a face, right? And I've shown by the lips many times, the lips of this feature has something crazy going on. So they were doing something out there. Definitely some type of agriculture, in my opinion, when you look at this. But they manicured the whole mountain over here. up here, look at this river right here. Look at the sides of it. Look at all these canals that were carved away from that river. They're all going the same direction. Look at this. Looks like a 3D pixeled image right there. So you don't have right turns like that normally. It's kind of a right turn. And then this gets down to the floor, and then you've got these things. Well, we also have that eye out here. There's all sorts of stuff. So it's, and up to here, this is just the strangest mountain. There's a volcano right there. I don't doubt that's a volcano. Pretty sure it's not active, but I could be wrong. And then you have this thing out there. Let's measure it. Any more chats before I get out of here? This thing, the center circle, is actually 5 miles exactly. It's called the Eye of the Desert. Okay, that's what it's labeled as. That's 5 miles. And then if you pull this out here to here, it's probably another 7 total, 7.2. And let's see if we got some pictures. Can we click on this? Let's get rid of this. I don't think we're going to be finding... Oh, look. The Eye of the Desert. Can we... Yeah, let's put this into the search bar and see what we can search on it. I don't think there's any pictures of it. Hopefully we're not going to get... I probably shouldn't do this like live on camera. Who knows what pops up. Those days are kind of done, though. It used to be you couldn't search during a presentation for a couple of reasons. Okay, so they're calling this an impact crater, Arunga, the Arunga crater in Chad, and it is 7 miles wide, so it can't have that little bump in the middle. I think the other one cannot because it's only 2 miles wide, but I could be wrong. This is quite a different shot of it. It's like they're making it seem like Google Earth doesn't work. Very strange. What other pictures do they have? This one. Oh, there we go. A rendering? What? That looks just like the Richat structure. I don't really believe it looks like that, but I could be wrong. By the way, you do have little ridges going up the sides there, so I've always wondered about these ridges, and I do see them here. Like, for example, well, what's this one? Topographical. There you go. Arunga crater in Chad. There you go. That's what you do when you click with the stupid thing. All right. I'm pretty much done with this. I just wanted to point it out, and the fact that it is, you know, there are a few more of these things, by the way. It's kind of hard to find it. Let me see if I can do a quick search for craters of Algeria. Craters of Algeria. That didn't work. Craters of Algeria. We're going to find that one. Tin Biter crater. Yeah, the Tin Biter crater kind of looks like this too. I'll pull that up. Let's find it on the Google. I almost want to just open a duplicate up. And then we'll do this. Tin Biter crater. So this one really does look similar as well. So we got to get this one in there. It's very close, right? There you go. So that's a crater as well. Impact crater. It's very degraded, isn't it? You don't really have a crater as much as a set of rings. So there you go. Yeah, and what's that other crater? There's one other one kind of up in this neighborhood. The Tin Biter crater. Where's the line? There's the line. Is that in the same line? Not exactly. It's close though, right? It's close. Let's put a little pin on this. And maybe I'll just do this for fun. Path or polygon. See, we're going to connect all these live on air. 7 a.m. I got nothing better to do. Where is that crater at? Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's not very parallel. Maybe I probably shouldn't even... Can I make it parallel? I mean, the reason why I would want to make it parallel is to see what structure is there. There's the Tin Biter. Okay, done. Edit. Can I edit this? What's going on here? Doesn't matter. Yeah. Where did it go? Did it disappear? I accidentally deleted it. Okay. Sorry. What happened? I thought I saved that. Let's do that all over again. Okay. Starting with the polygon line. Starting point. That's not a measurement. If it's a measurement, it won't stay. It's not a measurement. I'm just going to put it out there like this. I guess I had to save it to a project, huh? Okay, done. Now, save to project. Good, done. Which one? Okay, I guess I've got all these different projects. You've seen them now. It's my private project business. Okay, so there's Tin Biter. Now what you can do for fun is to follow the line, the new line, and see if anything else lies across this parallel line. You know, it's just do I believe that's a crater? Kind of. I'd like to know more about the studies and the proof, but you know, usually when mainstream says it's a crater, it's usually a crater. What's that? What's this? Interesting. Oil exploration. We're gonna have these little dots, right? Yeah. So those are those little dots. They were so popular for a while. I think we can find some nicer ones. There you go. And I saw the video about that. Maybe those are not the ones, but they're very similar, right? Oil exploration concentric circles. People used to think these were like some kind of mystery, and now they've been properly. There's more right there. Now they've been properly labeled. Anyways, yeah. And how did they figure it out? From a tin can that they left out there. They figured it out and said, "Oh, it was a French company." What's this? That's interesting. A road? Oh, that's a road. Look, it's actually a nice clear road. Very clear. Interesting. That's like that road like is city maintained or something. I don't know how to describe it, but you usually see roads like this. It's not really a road, right? Yeah, you're welcome. Going there, it's always trouble, right? To get there, it's always trouble. The eye of the desert might be another broken volcano. Well, you say another. I never believed that the Richat structure was a volcano. I mean, what kind of volcano is 45 kilometers wide? What's this? See, it's always good to get in there. And Salah was appointed Tamez Kidin. I don't understand. Okay, that's interesting. Look at all these little straight lines here. They look like they were little dams catching water. I mean, you see stuff like this all the time. And why that's there, I mean, obviously it has something to do with the water, in my opinion. Is it modern day or is it ancient? That's a different question. There's a fence. Is that a modern day fence? Well, that's a road. Okay, well, anyways, I always have fun doing this, but I'm going along this line. Algeria. I'll do this when I'm off the air more. But I just am curious. If that's a natural crater, then obviously. But this other thing, I just don't see how it could be. Let's see what's at the final point over here. What is that? A bunch of stuff. What is that? Plateau. I thought I saw some bumps. These are some weird. This is a weird plateau right here. I mean, this is very near the Ergchek mining area that I've already shown you. It's over here, and it's kind of a weird one. Wait, where am I? Oh yeah, up here, right up here, right there. And you can see there's Mauritania, that's Mali, that's Algeria. So this part is Algeria. And when you zoom in here, you can see like this polygonal lines. Yeah, I don't know what series. You mean my channel? I mean, there's a series like Netflix. This is just a bunch of videos I do. Now I'm ready for a nap. I woke up really early. I woke up at 2 in the morning, and I thought, you know what, this is perfect because I don't have a lot of. The sun's just coming up. I'm ready for a nap now. I just had 2 cups of coffee, and I went to bed at like 8 p.m. I just crashed because, yeah. So whoever scored the tops of these plateaus, I think that's done for some mining purposes. This wall here, I've shown all this before. Erg check, it's curved. There's like a little curvature, and these little weird enclaves. There's another one down here. So you've got some walls going on, kind of here and maybe here, just a weird wall. But when you go to these parts, you can see that there's all sorts of like carving. This one's not so clear, but trust me, let's look at this other one. The one up here is pretty golden. Actually, we should use satellites.pro to visit this. Let's do that real quick. Right now we're in Chad. Go back over to Algeria right here. Wait a minute. I'm a little lost. Let me get back out right here. So this is Mauritania. This is Mali. That's Algeria. We're going to zoom in right here. The place I'm going is right there. And once we get in there, I think that the lighting on this is going to be better. I think it's pretty spectacular. And you start to see these parallel lines that are going across. Now, not in just one direction. Where is everybody? Sunday night? Sunday night? Oh, yeah, you're in Australia. Okay, that makes sense. Look at this. Look at those. Look at those lines. Are you telling me that's wind erosion? I highly doubt that. So Ultra Picture Studios is also, you must be in Taiwan, right? I just have a feeling you're in Taiwan. Ultra Pictures. Yes. We definitely do need more LiDAR scans. Wow, there were some more chats that I missed. Well, I think that the Richat might have been some type of a natural event. Look at those. These are crazy. I like the way satellites.pro is lighted. The lighting looks like a sunset. And I think it has to do with their computer. They set the computer to do it. So we have these directions. That's one parallel direction. Those are perfect diamonds, right? Right there. Between the two different parallel directions. And then, of course, we have an up-down direction. Going here, you can see that pretty clear. And there's parallel lines to it. So, it's kind of hard to separate them. But it looks to me like 1, 2, 3. Also, kind of feel like there was some really, I don't know. But, I mean, what's the purpose of it? I do believe that that's some type of quarrying. Are they removing pieces? No. So what are they doing? Are they like trying to loosen it up for the future work? And if you don't believe that there's ancient quarrying, I think you should probably go, oh, look at that. I never really looked at that before. What are we looking at here? I don't like the way it changed. I hate it when it does that. And then it's a crappy picture. It is pretty clear. Is that a canal right there? It looks like a river. There's a bigger river right there. Anyways, I'm always looking for the ancient Taman Reset over here because we really can't see much, and that kind of looks like it could be part of it. I mean, we have tributaries, of course. I need to get a drink of water. Oh, good. Thank God I have my coffee. Let me just double check the stream live to see if it's all working. All right, Norway, Singapore for now. Oh, Norway. I don't want you to see me stretching and yawning. Let me remove Stig from the screens. So yeah, if you aren't sure how to go look there, look at that Hindu. I like this map. I like the way it gets all these different counties. Wait, I got lost though. It's right here. It's between Mali and Algeria. It's not part of Mauritania, but this little point points right at it. Right here, something was up, and you can see these walls. There's these really like a wall of some sort. Just don't see how that's natural, not that shape. There's other walls out here. This is really beautiful. And again, satellites.pro sometimes looks so much nicer. Okay, so what I was saying before I got caught up in my coffee sip. Anyways, the Taman Reset, I think, kind of went right through there. And I was going to take you over to the Tassil Najir place. Now, Libya, right before there, this has this place called Planetary Valley. And to me, these are straight. These are straight lines. So I'm sure Rodbert Schock has a great explanation for that. But these mainstream explanations just aren't adding up. Now, some of this stuff looks melted, like over by Chad. That's interesting, right? And also, there's little spheres all over this place, in this place called Planetary Valley. There's spheres everywhere. So these little tiny, tiny circles, I think it looks like welding. What do you call it? Where when you weld a lot, you get a lot of little pieces of metal all around, spherals. Anyways, that's Libya right there. And then you go over to Tassil Najir, and you can see, and I always like looking at this because the rectangles, which are at an angle, that's out of focus. There you go. These are quite clear. You can see these lines quite clearly. And this looks like they were removing blocks. This looks like they were removing blocks out of there. I mean, just lots and lots and lots of stuff going on here in Tassil Najir National Park, Algeria. Going there to see this, I think you're going to be standing around and you're not going to be able to tell anything has happened. I mean, there are some stuff like these mounds. I mean, but somebody's terraformed this land in a mining style that I think is just too. Let's back out and go back into this thing and look at the rectangle. Where are we? Over here? So you can see it from back here. That corner, that corner, that corner, that corner. Somebody was creating, how do you say it, a grid, and then mining from it. And another thing is, I think that they dumped material on top of it. Don't tell me that's natural wind erosion. 232, communication from a higher entity. Interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm in California. I mean, not fortunately, I'm in California and don't have to deal with that. And there were 2 hurricanes. You know, it was like, what's going on here? I got all mixed up. Okay, there's my rectangle right there. I mean, that's a perfect rectangle. It's if you measure the corners there, you're going to find the distance is actually the same. That's clearly the point right there, right? So we can measure from that. What about up here? This one's not so clear. Kinda. I got a little acid indigestion. Or not indigestion, but like I need to drink water. Okay, coffee is working for now, but I'm not here much longer. I know a lot of people have the city. Oh, it looks like it was a city. Maybe, maybe there were buildings all on top of that. Maybe I just don't really see the infrastructure for a city when I look at this as much as a mining operation gone insane. And it goes on for miles and miles. So there's a lot of different projects here. And there's one, I mean, you just look at this, looks like the Giant's Quarry right there. There's a lot of so-called outcrops of the ones that looks like the one down by the Richat structure. And if you don't know which one, let's go look at that one under this satellites.pro. I like satellites.pro. We'll go back here. There's some other stuff down here that I like to look at And I usually, no, not there. I guess it's way, well, see, I think it's right there. Yeah. There's like a little mound that I but anyways, this is like 200 miles. And like sometimes you see a working, a machining, a scratching. In my opinion, that's like multi-directional, but different from what we saw over in Czech. So this mining here, look at this, it's just insane, you know. And just there's too much intelligence in this design for me to say, oh, wind erosion. Over here, we've got a bunch of, look at that. See, you can never see this stuff in Google Earth. Something happened out here. I think you can still find a lot of knots, if you know what that is. Knots are a line of, see, this is, somebody wrote there. It's funny. I guess it's the satellites. What does that say right there? I can't read that. It's a word right there, and it disappears, just like Google Earth. Okay, so the knots are a water system. And they go underground, and they're usually in a straight line. Okay, I was going to go over and take a quick look at the Eye of Africa. And I was going to look at this structure up here. It's right there. There's that little dot of white. That's how you find it. It's pretty prominent. And once you're in and you can go north, you can find it right about here. Where is it? Why am I not finding it? See, that always happens to me. That's weird. I think it's right here. See, I always get lost. There it is. It's actually not as bright here as I was hoping. I was hoping it would look better. This is as close as I can get. But I think that's quite interesting. And the fact, if you look at the real thing, I guess we're going to have to actually go to Google Earth for this one. Those are the lips of the Englishmen of Chad. Zooming back in here, it's actually better. I guess it's over to the right a little bit. There, I see it now. Oh, I should start remembering it from that white right there. See, actually that, how come we don't have that over here? We do have it over here. Okay. But that's a lot nicer looking, isn't it? We got to LiDAR that, and we got to analyze the angles and the directions. I mean, I see parallel lines, and then I see a relief cut, these 45-degree or maybe more like 33 or 30. I think it's even less than 33 degrees. But you definitely have this angle that just starts out of nowhere and goes in this direction, and it matches. It's jointing. No, it's not jointing. Okay, I'm going to go drink a bunch of water. Oh, here's a new chat. Yeah, you'll have to give me coordinates for that one. Let me grab my tea. I'll be right back. I mean, I've had a lot of people direct me, but I need coordinates. Otherwise, it's, you know. Oh, that's better. I should have done that 5 minutes ago. It makes a world of difference. I mean, I'm talking to the last comment. Black pyramid destruction viewed from above. I mean, maybe you're talking about that thing. Anyways, yeah, so there you go. We do have the Eye of Africa and its counterpart being parallel to the ancient equator. By the way, it's not that far, really. I mean, it's the halfway point, and you could probably drive along this mountain to get there. This is really kind of an outcrop. There's a canal right there, But there's other stuff here that I found that I didn't really demarcate in other maps before. So we can take a quick look. This weird structure, it looks like it's a plateau, but it seems to have maybe a canal along the side of it, or the other way around. Is it a wall? It seems like there's something going on underneath the sand right there. Maybe that's also a canal, because I found what I believe is another canal over here. This canal, I call it the airstrip because there's an airstrip there. This one we've gone over again and again. I put the line right down the, oh, there it is, right there. So you can see the fissure. I think it's an ancient canal that brought water from the Taman Reset over to the Richat structure. At least down, you know, maybe not over there, but it's probably one of many that existed. I believe this was a North Sea, and there was a South Sea over here. But there's a ridge of mountains probably going all the way through. So, yeah, there's a little bit more weird stuff. Is that another canal right here? It kind of looks like a canal to me. Right there. You can see it's right there. It's very hard to see, right? But I've got a trained eye. And something else, though, up here. Yeah, up here. But, you know, it could be just an anomaly in the I mean, there's a bunch of stuff right there, right? Actually, honestly, I don't remember seeing it. Is that a little canal or a path? You know, I don't know. A road? No. I'm talking about when you see an outcrop of bedrock sticking through the sand and having parallel lines carved in it. Some of these look pretty parallel. This goes way up here, by the way. There's some other lines in here. I mean, are we in Satellites.pro? This one looks like an old canal right there. So there's a lot, you know, maybe this is a new scan because I don't see why I wouldn't have marked that. And it meets that other line right there. It could be just an anomaly. Here's something. You know, that's the thing about these so-called sand dunes, these long ones. They do seem to follow the under. I don't know what we're looking at there. That looks like a bit a playa lake, so maybe I'm wrong. What's that? Look at that little. All right, anyways, I was going to try to follow this thing a little bit more. Yeah, some kind of a weird canal or wall or something. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. That's weird. I mean, the scan may have changed, but I think I was trying to show there was a mound or something here. Maybe it's a lake. And then we've got something going on. And I wonder, is that like part of a canal system? It kind of looks like it's prominent. Like it's got a ridge and then it separates. So that, anyways, those things were there. And out here along the ancient equator, I was looking at a few things, trying to find stuff. A little intersection, three-way. I mean, it's just because you see the line going underneath these sand dunes. And this one, I mean, some of them look pretty natural. I don't know how I found that. A little straight line, a little wall. Who knows what that's doing under there? Maybe it's continuing. Maybe that's like a little road. What's the other stuff? This, I think we have just a little ridge. I mean, that right there looks pretty dang natural. But yeah, it goes on for a while. You know, we don't have mountains like this in the States. Okay, and then something was going on here, the trident effect. Look at that. A total joint right there. So jointing seems unnatural to me. How many people are watching? 19. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for giving. I don't want to reload that. I want to cancel that. I want to reload and find out how many total. 19 people it says, or 13 thumbs up. My sound. Wow, I'm loud. Good. All right. 17 watching, 14 thumbs up. So it's lots of weird stuff is going on. That's some crazy angles right there. And that joint, when you have a joint like that where it just stops and meets it and stops, I always question that. Something was going on out there. Is that it? I'm finished with that. What else do I have out here? Down here, well, over here, I guess I didn't show you that. I don't remember what it is. A road? A wall? Oh, wow. I forgot. This is a weird one, right? You got a little curve there. It looks like a little canal. And this part, I don't know why I marked it. Oh, here's another one over here. Ridges or canals. You never can tell. Maybe both. See, I could do this all day long. What are we talking already? 50 minutes? We'll take it to an hour, but then for sure I gotta go, man. I gotta go back, make another pot of coffee, I think. Yeah, so whoa, that's interesting. It kind of looks like just to me, the way it starts and stops, maybe these ridges were being made at the same time, kind of like it's not a canal, it's just a ridge next to each other. That's what feel like I'm looking at. When I see this, I usually think canal. I mean, that one right there is, but then the way it stops and then moves over and starts again, we've got another part of it up here. What's that? Lots of weird stuff out there. So yeah, look at that. That's there too. And to me, that's perfectly east-west. I don't know what we're looking at there. Looks like a canal. What's this? Whoa. That looks interesting. See, there's a lot of stuff out here that I've never seen before. So close, too. What is that? Very weird. That looks like it could have been like a farm or a ranch or something's going on there. So, yeah, lots of lines going across the desert. And that was just those. Let's see. Yeah, we checked over there, but did we see these? Some intersections. What's that? Okay, so you got a plateau here, but then you've got this line going across it. It's like, again, like a canal, honestly. What happens when it gets to the edge of the plateau? How far away is that plateau? Right here? What's that? Look at that. Oh, those are trees. So where's that plateau at? Right over here? Okay, let's get in there. So you have what looks like the canal right there, but then it starts to get covered by sand. That looks like it's pretty much the entry right there. What is this thing? That's very interesting. All right. Well, anyways, guys, I could do this all day. Looks like there's kind of a little gap in there. Maybe. What's that? Yeah, it's very amazing. I'd love to just spend a year out in the Sahara, but only during the cool months. So, yeah, what's that? Is that the big one right there? That looks like really hard to detect what we're looking at here, but that looks like a huge river right there. I mean, it's very straight. There it is, at least. So many things. Now, the last thing, I didn't look down here yet, did I? Just like an ancient intersection with this wall, these mountains, or is it just a ridge? By the way, yeah, good. I'm like totally relaxed right now. I don't want you to look at my face. Okay, yeah, weird stuff. that red line, I think it meets something way over here. Oh, that's the equator line. Okay, sorry. See, that's a start stopper right there. It stops here and then moves over and starts again. I mean, I don't even get it. Seeing a lot of that. Very interesting stuff. Okay, the last thing on this line was over here, these blue lines here. Yeah, this was just like a ridge that went on forever. Just like the ones in New Mexico. Perfectly straight and parallel. Oh, here's a joint. I should have grabbed that. There's an intersection right there. Where these properties, where these like real estate lines. Well, guys, I guess we'll probably never find out in our lifetime. Sadly enough. Unless we can get somebody to embrace this that has power. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Here, this is for you guys. Whoops, not that one. It's the opener. Close that. Sorry, just wanted a little music.